Hey guys, welcome to our Saturday night haul. This week we didn't call it thrift haul, thrift haul because we only thrifted one item. So it's a little bit different. Some of the stuff was given to us, some stuff I found on Marketplace. Make sure you guys are hitting subscribe and the notifications bell if you like videos all about farmhouse, DIY, junk and stuff.
Yes, all those things, especially the junk part.
And renovation, which is what we're doing. If you notice, we are matching tonight. We're wearing some new merch that we have. We named our house that we're renovating. If you guys have been following along, we named it Farmhouse 1917. So we thought it'd be fun to come up with some merch that goes along with that. So this is our official house logo.
Yes, Farmhouse 1917. I even got a hat that says Jami Ray Vintage on the back, and so does the shirt.
Boom, baby. All right. Let's show off. Oh, I guess I should probably tell you since we just had that huge advertisement. If you want to look at our merch, go to JamiRayVintage.com. All right, let's get into this. Okay.
I feel like we should show them this blanket first before it gets paint on
I
it or
just want to
something.
make sure I get the name right. So it's not funny, but like some people get different things from their followers in the mail. You know, people send them different stuff. I get like cool old like junk, but junk with a Q, like classy junk. And one of my followers' name is Heather Kutcher. Hopefully I said her last name wrong. Right. I need to go to bed. Heather Kutcher. Hopefully I said it right. She dropped off this quilt and a bunch of other stuff that we're going to show you. So this quilt is hand-pieced. It's got a little bit of tatters in it and some permanent marker, but I love it. So cost $0 in the shop after I wash it. Probably worth about 50-ish. It's really pretty. I like the colors. I'm all about the faded quilts. I have some in my room on display.
Actually, I feel like once they get this worn, they're perfect because that's when they're the most comfortable.
Yeah, for sure. We have some old ones that were made of Zeb's grandma's shirts and they're our favorites.
All right. So you want to tell them about all this dishware?
Sorry, I'm reading comments. I don't know anything about it, so how about you show it to them and you ask them what it is. All of the dishes that we're going to show you were part of the boxes that we got from Heather, and they've got some really awesome stuff. There's actually more than this. Some of it fell casualty to my 9-year-old that dropped it. I tried to remember that kids are more important than ironstone because I was a little sad. And some of it I gave to Molly because she's way into dishes, and I kept my favorite pieces that I really wanted to put into the shop. Now, I don't know, Zeb, if it's heavy, does that mean it's leaded crystal? I don't know. So I'm going to be looking at comments. This is like this cute little squatty picture here. I have no idea what any of this is worth. So if you guys want to chime in, it would be helpful. I don't see a maker's mark on the bottom, but it's really heavy. Feel how heavy that is.
Oh, that is
It's
heavy.
way heavier than this one. I think this one's just glass. And this one actually has a little chip in it, so it's probably not worth a super ton, but I like the design on it.
Yeah, it's like triple the weight. That's interesting. I have no idea about leaded glass or anything like that, but it has a really cool design.
Can I see any rainbows in the crystal?
Yeah, there are rainbows.
There are rainbows. In this one, there are not. So, what does rainbows mean? Flick it to see if it rings. Does that
That's a ring.
That's a ring. Wet finger running around rim should ring. Oh, hold on, he's licking his finger.
I can't
Hearing.
I can't rub it fast enough.
Remember, you needed more water on your finger than your tongue. They said that's crystal, real crystal.
It's got a
If
little.
it rings, it's probably crystal. She said $20, so I'm gonna go with it. It's really pretty. I love the way it's cut.
I actually just like the shape of it. It's pretty unique shape on there.
Yeah, it's pretty. I would use it for like syrup or gravy, except for our gravy boats are like this because we have lots of kids. All right, these are some of Zeb's favorite. I think he gets it from his mom. He loves all things tiny. Little salt and pepper shakers. Aren't those cute? I have no idea what era they're from because they came in the box. Show them the top. All the holes are irregular. Like they're not made by a machine, I don't think.
Probably handmade.
So what do you guys think about those? I got 2 sets of them. Complete with salt. Storytime with Dee says they're so cute. Yeah, I have no idea what these are worth, but I guess I'll have to look it up. They look like they have a Victorian toile print on them.
So if you kind of put them together. You get the whole scene.
Well, they're, oh, Shelly says she loves all things tiny too. Yeah, Zeb gets up, but they have plastic in the bottom, so I mean, they're not that old. But here's some more. He's gonna float things across the screen.
I like the farmhouse on that one.
Yeah, that one's pretty.
It's like
It's
an
like
old barn.
transferware, and I think those both go. Ooh.
Don't worry, I got it.
Zeb's gonna show you. I think that, what does it say on the bottom? Show him the print underneath.
Churchill.
Churchill, well, like show.
It's made in England.
Oh, that one's made in England. I'll have to look that up later. If you know about this one, let me know. Churchill, a made in England one. And then the other one I think is made in China, no?
Made in England also, Wooden Sons.
Show them the logo, because that always helps them figure out what it is. We really, the dishes just aren't my things. I never know. You can ask $20, but the crystal picture is worth them a lot more. Look for an etched marker name on the bottom. I didn't see one. Isn't that teacup cute? I love that. Our whole bedroom used to be in that print of Rose.
It's stamped very faintly. It says made in England on that.
I don't see a maker's mark on this crystal.
To show you this side.
I don't see anything.
This one's Chip from Beauty and the Beast.
It's Stanfordshire, China. They said I could use this big white picture for our gravy. This one's from Target, actually. But it came in the set, and this is about the right size for gravy at our house, or buttermilk syrup. We just had waffles and buttermilk syrup for dinner. All right, that one doesn't go together.
No, but I'm just showing
That's
people
ironstone.
stuff.
Show them the bottom on that. So I have a ton of this ironstone. I have no idea what it's worth. But I'm guessing it, hold it up to the, we already held it up to light. There was stuff. Yes, take a flashlight to see the crystal signature. We'll check that out later. Or maybe if Zeb gets a flashlight out, we'll look.
Oh, that's fun. Cheryl says she's opening her booth September 1st. That's coming up.
Nice.
That's like 6 days away.
All right,
7
so
days.
this one has a chip in it.
This one does too?
Yeah, that one has a little chip.
Oh, right here.
But it's ironstone. Does anybody know about ironstone? Comment below if you do, because we have no idea. Show them the maker's mark. You guys are going to help us do our research. Because we don't know what any of this
Comment
stuff is.
below.
Katrina says ironstone is very desirable. And Dale says the quilt was pretty. I'm a quilter, so I would have grabbed that quilt too. You can go on eBay. We'll look and see. Cheryl says she's scared to death. Don't be scared. Is that one ironstone too? What does it say on the bottom?
Made in USA, number 184.
I don't know what that is. It's got a big crack in it, but I think it's cool.
I actually like the cracks. I think they add to it.
Yeah, I actually don't hate them. I guess I'm weird. Show this little picture here. Show them that one. I'm confused about that one. But what's the mark on this? Has a mark on the one?
No mark on this one.
Yeah, that one I have no idea what that is. I just thought it was way cute.
This is Chip.
Yeah, it's Chip. It's Chip from Beauty and the Beast. All right, let's see. Now I think this one had a lid. This is ironstone too. Zeb's gonna show it to you guys, but I think it's ironstone.
It has a date on it. Or something, some sort of serial number that's really faint.
I can see you, Cindy Trout. She asked if anybody could see her. Okay.
No lid.
No lid. I don't know. Is it ironstone worth anything without a lid? I have no idea. This one's really pretty. This ironstone here. I guess it's a soap dish. I don't know what kind of dish.
It's probably for a gravy boat, but we don't have the right gravy boat for it.
Maybe. That one would look super cute with a string of pearl succulents. I need to get David up here with his succulents so he can come plant these for me. This one has a lid, and I think it's chip-free, but I don't think it's old. Is it old?
It's made in England.
Made
That's
in
all
England.
it says. There's no maker's mark.
Show them maker's mark just says made in England on the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. Some ironstone has value. If no lid, then perfect for greenery.
Yep. I feel like we could plant some stuff in there.
Okay, more ironstone. Hello, Hillary. Hi, Chris DeRoche. She's in Flagstaff. Enjoying the cool weather. It's been really hot here today and cold at night.
So this will probably just get put various places around the shop since none of it's really a set.
I was actually thinking about staging all the ironstone on a shelf together. What do you think?
This, I think, goes with this. I think these are friends.
Oh, they said they think that's a spoon rest.
Oh, there you go. Could be.
I could have used one of those today when I was stirring up my buttermilk.
Yeah, these guys are
syrup.
friends. Same maker's mark and everything.
Oh, it's a cream pitcher. It doesn't have a lid. It goes with the sugar. That one. That's a cream pitcher.
Okay.
It doesn't have a lid. It didn't have a lip, so I was confused. You guys are super smart. Thanks for helping me out on my thrift haul. So this is from Target. I know that because I recognize the mark on the bottom. It says home made in China. All right, so this is a big soup tureen. It's missing the spoon and it has a chip. But I still think it'd be pretty to display and just put it around where the chip's not in the way.
This mark's kind of hard to see. I can't make that out.
Miss Mustard Seed collects tons of ironstone. Fun. I love Miss Mustard Seed. She has really great style.
Oops, sorry, I kicked the camera.
Amy says she's stocking her new JRB stencils in her shop on Monday. Whoop whoop! We'll drop the link when we're not live anymore for the retailer map so you guys can find retailers that sell the JRB stencils. And if you don't have a retailer next to you, then you can always pick up the stencils at jamirayvintage.com.
So I think that's all the glassware that was in there. And then, what are we doing? Tell them about the spool, Jamie.
What?
Tell them about your spool. We've been hunting down spools. She's focused on comments.
Okay, hold on.
We lost her in comment land.
No what? Oh!
The spool.
The spool, we're going to be working on that. I wanted to find some different things that I could stage stuff on that wasn't for sale for like displays in the shop, and I saw a really cool display. There's a store in Quebec called Oliver and Rust. If you haven't looked them up on Instagram and Pinterest, you should. Their store is total eye candy. My store will never be that cool, but they did a display and it had like varying heights of these spools and then like a round table. And so I'm gonna try to find one more spool and a round table and see if I can create a fun display, because I'm starting to like in my mind figure out how I want to display things in the store. So
are we gonna paint this or leave it wood?
So that we are going to use Dark and Decrepit from DIY. You know what we're gonna do, it's right there.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I forgot we were doing it on this. I thought this was for another project.
Yep, that's gonna go on there, and then we're gonna stencil in white. So we're gonna stain it dark with the Dark and Decrepit and then stencil that.
We're gonna stencil across the front like I wanna do?
Yeah, this spool was $15. And I thought the price was pretty good for that. It's a really well-made spool, and the middle is slatted, which I like. Some of them are...
Most of them these days are cardboard.
A cardboard, or they're like weird plywood, but I love the slatted part.
Yeah, this is a nicer, as far as spools go, this is a nicer one.
Oh, Martha Stewart put collecting ironstone on the map. Martha Stewart is who taught me how to cook. So my heart goes out to her because I don't know how to make anything. We've got some other things we're going to show you though. So Zeb's going to tip the camera down. We picked up these items below at, oh, we're also showing off the new Lehigh merch. We'll talk about that in a second. So if you look at the school desk, that was $15 at a yard sale in my neighborhood today. And it's in pretty great condition. I don't really love the light wood, so I'll probably wind up painting it and do like a grain sack stencil on the...
It's pretty sturdy. Doesn't need a lot of work from me.
Yeah, it's in good shape, which is one of the things.
And then these, I'm gonna take you guys flying.
Katie Scott said that Martha taught her how to cook and how to make a bed. Yeah, me too. I still don't fold fitted sheets very well. So these chairs I picked up for $5 each from Molly. I happened to be going in the shop today to bring in a few things to put into inventory. And she had these chairs, 3 of them. They're regularly $25, marked down to $5 each. And I was like, don't you sell those? I'll buy them. So I got that. And if you're wondering, that Lehigh shirt there, that's part of our new merch that we have online because of the Lehigh shop. Zeb will show you the back. Because we're going to call the Lehigh store Jami Ray Vintage Lehigh.
We're super original.
Yeah, we're pretty original. So we thought it'd be fun to have some merch that corresponds.
So you'll see me in this hat, and then on the back of the hat too.
Yeah.
Says JRV.
Colette says that she got her first order DIY paint yesterday and painted her first piece today. She loves the paint. Awesome. Kathy says she loves the chairs. All right, so Les says display all the whiteware in a white buffet with the crystal as an accent. I would love those together. So this is really weird, this thing. I think these are not together. Like,
Jamie paid $70 for this at the thrift store today.
And I'm not really sure. I don't understand why these are so high up in the air. Like, I thought, I didn't I don't know. Normally this would
It
be
wasn't set up like this. It was laying all flat when we got it.
It was laying flat, and I just saw the mirror first. Originally, Zeb said that I thought that I spent $70 on just a mirror, but there's more to it. So Zeb pan it so they can see how it's set up. I think it looks weird. So.
I don't even think the bottom goes with the top. The routed lip is different on the top, and the bottom piece doesn't have the accents like this one does. And this mirror, someone glued another mirror on top of the actual antique mirror. So we're gonna see if we can get that off. I don't know. I gotta look at some methods and see if we can make that happen without ruining the mirror. It was probably like faded, or you know how those old mirrors, like the nickel or the silver on them.
Probably damaged, and they didn't like it, so they covered it up. But the thing is, I like the damage, so I got an eyelash coming out.
So.
Eyelash emergency.
All right, let's get to painting stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna get. Do you want to see if you can chip away at this mirror while I start working on that spool?
Yeah. What do you want me? Are you just gonna dark and decrepit it so that it's dark underneath?
Lori says it's strange, not weird. Is it a fancy washstand? I don't know, because why are these floating like way up in the air? I have no idea. All right, it looks like the same wood to Dina. Heat gun to remove the glue, maybe, Zeb? Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Could you get me a brush to dark and decrepit this?
Sure can.
All right, I'm gonna move my ironstone out of the way. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have like a whole shelf of ironstone.
I'm also gonna move some other stuff over here.
Sorry,
if you're wondering about the resin table, it had some bubbles come up from the wood because I don't have the
Why don't you show them the resin table?
I don't have the kind of equipment to vacuum seal a piece this big and like pull the air up out of the resin. And so we got some cracking over in here and it split where the bubbles came up. So what I did was I just did another pour tonight over the top of it, and we're hoping that dries and cures and smooths everything out. And we're gonna run with it. You know, we like the distressed aged look, so we're just gonna let it be. You can still see the flowers good, but you can see here how the line kind of follows the crack in this door panel. I think air just came up as it was curing and it caused the reaction to go wonky, so.
Oh, thanks Lisa, super chat.
All right.
$5. Those red transfer salt and pepper shakers are on eBay for $24.99. See, I knew you guys would come through for us. You guys know way more about the actual antique dishes than I do, because it's not my jam. It's not something I've sold a lot. Okay.
All right.
So in case you're wondering, that tabletop has been hanging out on top of our dining table since we did it on Wednesday. So we've been eating at the bar. It's been an interesting week. The kids went back to school this week, except for Jack.
It's been an ultra busy week.
Yeah. We had 3 football games. Oh, the dishwasher's on.
Thought it was loud in here.
We had 3 football games, and then today was really busy. Redrick had film, and Eliza had a birthday party. It's just been crazy around here, and we haven't had a dining table. How many of you guys, comment below, how many of you guys have projects on your dining table right now? Let me know, because I'm probably not the only one. So Nicole says they might be floating to give the table more space. But yeah, I don't think that goes together. Are there straps behind it for it? There's strap lines on this. Here, Zeb, would you do me a favor? I just want to see if the strap lines match up. Maybe we'll check that. Oh, thanks, Dina. Super chat.
Hold on, I gotta finish moving all this glassware.
How do you change the price on Super Chat? I have no idea. I've never figured it out. All right. There are always several projects on the dining table. Oh, let's see. Thanks, Sally. Super Chat. Kathy has 2 projects. Amber's and Unique says my table's always full. So I guess I'm not the only one. And then Lori says I would have, but my husband stopped me before I made it to the dining room. He put me on the back porch. And story time with Dee says my dining table is my next project. I'm not the only one. Projects here, there, and everywhere. Proud Mumsy. Oh, Janet says I want to know that too. All I can do is $1.99. Dina says there's a slide that you can slide it back and forth. I don't know because I haven't done it. So, all right. So I'm just using dark and decrepit on this, and I'm just gonna do a little bit at a time. Dark and decrepit has a built-in sealer, and it's a water-based stain. It can also be used like a glaze. And you can just leave it thick if you want to, or you can rub it back and lighten it up. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, I haven't decided.
We are not alone with the projects on our table.
I'm glad I'm not
Everybody's chiming in.
I love all of you guys. You make me feel like I'm not weird.
You're our people.
You guys are our people. Where's the paper towel, speaking of?
Over there in the corner. What? Oh, mirror. That's what
I
was
should be
after.
using a lint-free rag, not a paper towel, but that's what we got.
Right, you're gonna have to scoot
I'm
your
doing this
operation.
so that I'm scooching my operation.
Yep.
All right, I'm doing this so that way so I can see the wood grain. I'll go this way. You're gonna have to monitor comments though.
I feel like it's almost got like that double-sided tape on it.
Oh, you think you might be able to get it up then?
Yeah.
Get it off?
I'm gonna try some things here.
The nice thing about the Dark and Decrepit is that it's water-based.
I like that you can't say decrepit.
Decrepit, I said it. Isn't that how you say decrepit? Don't make fun of me. I can't help it. I can't say a lot of things.
You say I'm fine. You just drop a lot of letters as you feel fit, and it's cute.
It's cute. I'm glad I'm cute. Oh, this is good.
Okay, I'm gonna run outside and get some things to pry with in hopes that I don't break this, but I'm able to scrape this up here. I'm thinking razor blade might be my best weapon of choice.
There's razor blades in that drawer. You want a long razor blade?
Um,
Like the kind that like goes up like that, or like the little ones? Because the
I
one
don't
that
know.
goes up, there's one in the office.
What?
There's one, the kind that goes up like that is in the office.
Oh no, I'm gonna get some weapons.
Alright. So this has a built-in sealer, and because it's not going to be something I'm going to sell, I'm not going to seal this. I'm just going to do the Dark and Decrepit. I might do a little sealer over where I stain it, but it's just a display piece. All right, and it's raw wood, so this Dark and Decrepit ain't going anywhere. Let's see what you guys are commenting. Oh, people figured out the super chat. Hold on, I missed it. Lynn, 20 bucks. Sally Benswell, actually Lynn McKenzie, and Sally Benswell, 1999. Thank you. That is so sweet. All right, let's see. What would happen if you spray the spool with water and blot it with a crinkled paper towel? You'd probably get a really fun effect on it. All right, I'm working my way around the spool here. Let's see. Caitlin's saying thank you. Caitlin's on here. Caitlin, how was dinner? She went out to dinner with her mother and father-in-law. Both of you say across with a T. That's kind of a Utah thing, I think. Across with a T. Zeb always tells me that I say it, but he says it too.
She's lying.
You did it the other day when we were filming, and you're like, I did not. I'm like, yes, you did. And Katie Scott says that you do, so apparently it must be true.
I think it's just the way it sounds coming out of my mouth with these Invisalign in.
So this is fun. Katie says, I had an antique mirror all painted and white waxed beautifully. Took it out of the car to go to the shop, left it leaning against the car. Oh no, that's not fun. I thought it said something else. Left it leaning against the car, it's shattered in my driveway currently. Oh, that's not fun. I'm sorry. Zeb has broken many glass and mirrors.
For a long time there, it was like I couldn't get away from it. I broke like a mirror a week.
Yeah, we actually have a video that we did no paint on where the mirror broke in the video. I think you took a picture of it afterwards. I don't think we actually have it on camera of it breaking, but.
Well, I leaned it up against the garage door, and then I went inside and opened up the garage, and.
Yeah, could you wet the piece first and then put Dark and Decrepit? Absolutely. Because it's water-based, you can do that with it, and you can also water it down if you'd like.
So I went and threw some safety glasses on just because every now and then I've had glass like splinter, and sometimes it'll send shards places. And you know, gloves. So far this thin boning knife has been the winning weapon here.
You should not be using a paper towel, just so you know. It's probably better to use a lint-free towel. But sometimes you gotta use what you got handy.
So my fear is if I go too crazy with this and pry it up, I'll break the mirror behind, which I don't want to do.
Amy says, I just waxed 18 smalls, shelves, and frames, and another 30 pieces are waiting for me. It's a farmhouse nightmare extravaganza in my house at the moment. That sounds crazy town. Sounds like me. That's going to be me next week, because next week is the last week before we start to move into the shop, and so I've got to get a ton of stuff done. And the way that I do that, guys, is what I'll do is I'll look in the garage. Probably Monday, Zeb and I will separate out the projects, and then I'll just divide it up by days and say, okay, at each day, how much do I need to do to get this finished? And then that way I'm not freaking out about it. I just know how many pieces I need to do each day. And once I'm done with them, then I can move on to other things. Because otherwise, I get so busy working, and then I just want to complete it all, that I forget the other things that need to happen in my life, like showering, feeding the children, things like that. So it works out easier that way. All right, we had another super chat from Catherine Miles, all the way from Australia.
Thank you.
Thank you. Amy says she's the mayor of Crazy Town. I don't know, if you're the mayor, I'm like the deputy, sergeant deputy or something. The deputy mayor, is that a thing? All right.
Oh, cracked it.
Well, just don't crack the mirror.
Crack the top mirror.
It really doesn't matter. I mean, I don't want you to crack the mirror underneath, but it's awful the way it is.
So here's the thing.
Huh.
As I'm peeling this off, it's like sending shards of glass. Like I'm gonna now have to vacuum, and don't walk over here if you don't have shoes on. Oh,
I don't. You know I don't have shoes on.
You don't have shoes on.
I don't have shoes on. All right. Well, we'll take care of the glass afterwards. Oh, Jane Tipton, $9.99 super chat. Woo woo. That's exciting. All right. Let's see. Is your pantry door going to make it to the move to the new house? It sure is.
It is over there.
It's already there. It's going to be the bathroom door.
Yep.
And it's going to get frosted. And then
So,
we have a new pantry door coming.
Fun news on that. The toilet, I cut the hole for the toilet today. The water main I finished. If you watched today's video, you saw me do a little bit more. We added a water filter to the whole system. It's for the whole house. And then I also, I went back today and finished hooking up the water main and ran the pipes to the kitchen because I hadn't done that yet. And then the toilet, I just have to run the drain and the vent, and the toilet will be completely plumbed. And that is exciting. I actually don't have to drain or vent the kitchen sink because it currently had a newer vent and drain already set up, so that's easy. Oh, and this week we also got HVAC in.
Well, by in, I mean it's sitting in the mechanical room.
Yeah, so what happened is we were looking to try and buy our own and put it in because we're like, yeah, we're going to do it all ourselves. And
you said use a heat gun to release it.
Yeah, I'm worried that it'll like pop this mirror underneath though. Like I can see the silver.
Oh yeah. Well, just be slow and steady. That we can get off. Oh, it is double-sided tape.
Yeah, it's just double-sided tape.
So we can get that off with goof off.
So
don't do that. Don't. You're gonna scratch the glass. Use a razor blade.
So here in Utah, the HVAC, you have to have a certified technician come and if I could get a razor blade.
They said, should Jami not have glasses on? Is it gonna get me all the way over here?
No, I don't think so. I mean, there's glasses up there if you want them.
No, I don't.
You're your own safety.
I'm out of the blast one over there.
You're your own safety coordinator today.
I'm my own safety coordinator.
Yeah. So anyway, HVAC. That
Alright, I'll put glasses on for you guys.
It's up on top of the fridge. That you have to have them come hook it up anyway, and it was only like $300 or $400 more to have them come run it, set it, hook it to the gas, everything. I have to run electrical to it still, so it's not hooked up to that. And they put a new condenser, and they ran the condenser line all the way through the crawl space for me, so that's one less time I have to get down in the crawl space. And I was like, yeah, I have to pay you guys anyway to come out and hook this up. It only ended up costing us like maybe $150 more than it would have had I done everything myself. Well, and they brought it and did it, and we got a huge unit, probably for less money because they have special buys on it.
Yeah, they gave us a good price on the unit. It was not much more than we would have just paid for it. So, all right, I'm going to town on this because it's taking too long.
I'm gonna go get the heat gun. We're gonna try that and see what it does, just to see what happens with it. Because it is double-sided tape here.
Lay a blanket or a towel over it, they said. That's smart. Alright. Just gonna do a bigger area at a time. What are we doing to the cable reel after staining it? I don't know yet. Deb was thinking about stenciling it. Stenciling is kind of our jam lately.
Don't you think that cool industrial stencil we have would look good on that?
Yeah, you could do that it already has some here. You could do that across the top or something.
Well, I was thinking just right here on the front.
Yeah, that would be good. Okay, let's see. Megan said she received her DIY paint. It's so amazing. Teresa says, I love your shirts. How exciting for you guys. Let's see if we got any more. All right, where's the towel at? Are you not going to do the towel situation?
Put a towel over what? I'm heat gutting on the top of the new mirror.
Oh, they just wanted you to do a towel. They thought it might be safer.
Oh, to keep it from glass popping?
Yeah.
I'll go get one in a minute.
Use
It's
one
not
of
really
the-
going all over the place. I think I had like one or
Don't
two.
use my nice towels.
What I'll do is I'll sweep it and then I'll vacuum it. And maybe mop, you know, you never know.
The floor's really gross anyway, so a sweep and a mop wouldn't hurt it. True story, it hasn't been swept and mopped all week. So, I mean, I've been spot sweeping when it's really bad. But, alright. I'm working my way around this situation. I feel like this spool is way bigger than I thought it was going to be.
That spool's big.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of stuff to
You
say.
could almost make a small table out of that if you did like a bigger top on it.
Yeah, you could do a fun top on it. A piece of glass or whatever. Deborah says, hey sis. Hey Deborah, if you're watching, Dad wants to watch this. Have you ever painted a piece with paint and then rolled a crinkled up watered rag over the surface and makes it distressed? I have not, but my girls, the Iron Orchid Design sisters, Josie does it all the time. She likes it. She does a lot of faux finishing. And it's okay if it gets on my hands because it will wash off. I do have church in the morning, so
It'll just be black under your fingernails.
just be back. That's alright, that's normal.
I don't know if this is helping. It just smells like I'm ironing clothes.
It smells like what?
It smells like ironing like cotton. Oh, that one there got a little,
Is it working?
maybe.
I feel like I keep turning this and it's not gotten all the way around. Oh. Okay, just home from a family vacation and I'm thrilled. Let's see. Denise says she sets her phone so she doesn't miss my lives. Aw, thanks Denise. She's my Utah girl. Alright. Get a robot. I had a robot vacuum. It didn't last.
It actually lasted pretty well, but it worked every night so hard. Oh, it's chasing that crack with the heat. That's kind of fun. That it only lasted about 6 months.
Off to bed. Julie's going to leave. Oh, Anna says, I'm the keyboard player at church. I have paint somewhere a lot, LOL. That happens. I have a meeting tomorrow morning early. Let's see.
So in a minute here, we will get a stencil on that. If you guys are hanging out to see something cool happen with that stool.
They want to know what you're doing with the mirror. People are
So there's a really old antique mirror underneath here that's got like that fun silver and beveled glass and things. And then someone glued, double-sided taped, a pineapple weird new
those
mirror.
are pine cones.
Pine cones, whatever. They don't look like pine cones. Any pine cones I've ever seen.
Well, look at the evergreen next to it.
I see it.
Not
I'm still
palm
sticking
trees.
with pineapples.
It's.
Those
Okay.
are just weird palm fronds.
I'll be like my mom. You might be right. You might be right.
But anyway, we're trying to get this mirror off without damaging the mirror underneath too much.
If you guys come to the grand opening of the shop, you can see this in there. That's October 26th. Alright. I may have to touch this up later because I'm not really paying much attention. It's hard to do things live. Alright. Do your kids have chores?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The daughter that... We have a daughter that's supposed to sweep and mop.
She
That's
hasn't
why-
been doing it.
She hasn't been doing... She's had cheer all week, and then she's had this weird allergic reaction to who knows what, and so she's had a rough week. She hasn't been doing her chores like she should, and we're too tired. You know, with kids, I feel like you gotta follow up with them.
Well, and cheer takes a lot of her time.
Yeah, we just have been so busy we haven't been able to follow up, but it will happen before the end of the weekend.
So slowly but surely, this is coming off of here.
Yay, we can show them what it looks like. All right. I got this base.
And as of yet, I haven't broken the mirror underneath.
You better not. You better knock on wood. When you start acting all cool,
that's when stuff breaks.
At least it does. That's been my experience. All right, I think I got it. There's a few areas where I can't get it down to the cracks, so I'll just take like a little detailed brush and I'll get it down into the cracks of this. But I think this looks a lot cooler, this dark color. Zeb is making me nervous. I always have full confidence in him, but I'm always afraid he will nail his hand or something.
You know what? I nail my hand about 3 or 4 times a year. It's not that big a deal. It's kind of like getting a shot.
Not like a nail gun nail, like a brad nail.
No, like nail gun nail.
You haven't had a pointy nail
Oh,
gun.
no, like 18 gauge. Not the big nail gun, no.
Well, but you might now because we have one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be framing.
Although I did have a nail go through my shoe into my foot the other day at the house,
But
but
didn't it not go all the way?
no, it went all the way.
Ow. That's no bueno. All right. We're moving to the top. Maybe. Here, do you want to?
Do you need help over there on that? I can
do
always
you
do
want to
this
stencil
later.
Because that's it. Well, that is exciting. I think that's going to be a process that's going to take a hot minute.
Yeah, I could be a while. Plus,
All
it's time to turn that thing off as loud.
All right.
All right, let me go. I'm gonna go grab the stencil. Are you not gonna do the top?
I'm going to do the top. But I'm going to do the top while you're stenciling. I'm going to dry this off and rub it in. Maybe you should use a heat gun on this so it's nice and dry.
I think it'll work for the stencil though.
You think it'll be dry enough for that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting. Oh, hold on. Coming around. You know, some people go live and they look all kinds of ladylike. I have a hard time being ladylike while I'm DIYing. It's a good thing I wear sweatpants and not dresses. I always tease Debbie because she wears dresses when she's live and when she's painting.
I don't know if the tape will stick to it.
Yeah.
That's another question. Maybe we'll just lay it down.
We'll just use the heat gun real quick. It's almost dry.
Okay.
There's tape in that drawer.
Just careful not to. I got like a glass
Yeah,
mess
I'm just
over
gonna
here.
stay. Why don't you just move that camera over this direction? I'm gonna
hide out over here.
hide out over here. All right, so if you guys are new to our channel, you might not know, but we have a stencil line called JRV Stencils, and we just launched to retailers. So we'll put that retailer map link. If Caitlin's on here, she can do that. You can pick them up from retailers. We have retailers not just in the U.S., but outside of the U.S. I'm not sure exactly how many countries now, but I know for sure Canada, and I thought Australia too.
No, we have one in Australia. Yep.
Now, I would contact these retailers before you go, make sure they have their stencils in and which ones they have in because they're just getting their orders. Or you can pick them up at jamirayvintage.com. This Dark and Decrepit that I'm using, you can also pick up on our website. We get asked a lot. I feel like I mention it all the time, but inevitably somebody asks on the video, so I just want to make sure you guys know. Oh, I was also going to show them when we're done with this, let's show them that window that I just did with the IOD transfer. And I wanted to show you guys, I found some really cool, sorry you can't see my face. I found some really cool knobs, or not knobs, hooks on Amazon that I wanted to show you guys because they were really inexpensive. They were just over $1 a piece for these farmhouse hooks. And if you guys buy a lot of hardware, you know that hooks can be rather expensive, usually $2 or $3 a piece.
You thinking just plain white on this?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll grab the stuff.
Alright, I'm gonna get this finished because you're not gonna want me shaking this around once you get started stenciling. I guess I can take my safety glasses off now.
We're the only ones up there, the tinted ones?
Yeah. Oh, do you not like my tinted safety glasses?
No, I do. I'm getting a good chuckle out of
It's
it.
warm in here, and those were hurting my lashes. Alright, I gotta go around the edge of this. And I might come back with like a white wax or something just to age this up. We'll see. Alright, I need a paper towel.
Must have been painting a lot the last couple days while I've been at the house. I'm having trouble finding the paints.
Are you saying that I have left a mess for you?
No.
No, you got it. The door wouldn't. Zeb, the door wouldn't shut on the cabinet, so dig deep. I think I missed.
I'm just saying you've used up all the white swan.
No, there's a quart of white swan in there. I used it when I was painting that dresser that I just posted. I'm using the camera to see if I can get that in there.
Are you sure? Maybe.
Do you want me to? Why don't you tape your stencil and I will come find you the white swan? How about that?
Because I don't see tape either.
There's tape in this. There's tape in the junk drawer right here.
Oh, the white swan's way up high over here where the paint doesn't even go.
Oh, well, I might have stuck it in the wrong spot. All right. I like it. I like it. So good.
Just like that, we've got an old age spool.
It's much. Don't you guys think this is much better dark?
Oh, thank you, Amy Mitchell.
Ooh, did we get some more super
Got
chat?
a super chat.
Whoop whoop. This is starting to pay Deputy Jami. Because I'm the crazy town deputy. I love that. Thank you. Thank you, Amy.
That's great.
Amy's a good friend.
All right, I'm gonna tip this on its side. Are you ready for that? Because I can't find the tape.
Sure, I'm ready. I'm good.
Oh, I found the tape.
I
don't know if
it was on top of the refrigerator where the tape goes.
Yeah, that's where all the stuff goes. I feel like you're not ready. You're still working.
All right, yeah, I'm done. This took about a half. That took a lot of stain.
Well, it was dry. It was just old.
Yeah. If you got it wet, you could probably spread it more. But the cool thing is, it's got a sealer built in, so where it's not going to be like a dining table, I don't have to seal this. It's done.
Flip it around so they can see.
Just doing this ledge while you take that over there. Is that weird?
I think it's gonna be amazing.
You think it's going to be amazing? Are you going to be able to get all those little bitty letters on that stencil?
Yep.
All right.
Taking my gloves off though.
I'm taking your word for it. It's probably good that you're doing it on the front because this is going to have stuff staged.
You know, here's the thing. If you don't like it, just flip it around to the back.
This is going to be in the middle of the room.
If you don't like it, put it in the corner of the room.
If I don't like it, I could just drop it off at the thrift store and nobody will know that I've done messed up. You might see a few of my creations there because that's happened to me before. Sometimes you just have to walk away from it. But I think it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Hold on.
Although it's rolling all over while I'm trying to
Oh,
get this
it's because I'm messing with it?
a little bit.
Okay, I'm going to stop messing with it. I'll get a detail brush and get all these little details later. Except for right there. I'm just going to get just right there. Okay, I'm done now. I promise. I promise I'm done. All right. We're going to get some comments. All right.
I'm sure there's been hundreds we've missed.
Linda Sadler, woo woo, thank you for the super chat.
Okay, so I'm just gonna mostly eyeball this. I'm kind of lining it up with the slats on the side here with these lines, making it pretty easy there.
Oh, you're gonna have to use more tape than that.
No, I just need to hold it in place while I stencil.
All right. You're gonna use a little brush?
Yeah, I have a little brush out.
All right, I'm gonna back away from that situation. I have shoes on.
I honestly don't think I got any on the floor. I was just gonna sweep and vacuum it as a precaution.
Do I have any dark and decrepit on my face? I think I do. I shouldn't be this close to the camera because this is yesterday's makeup. I just threw some powder over the top of yesterday's makeup and it worked. All right, let's see.
Here, if you're gonna be front and center, I'll drop the camera down so you can chat at
All
them.
right, we'll have a conversation. All right, let me grab the iPad so I can see what people are saying.
Okay. So you guys are gonna kind of have to watch me at this weird angle. I'm gonna start over there and come across.
Mandy says, is there an international application? Nope. Oh, Julia says I still look good. Thanks. I'm also sweaty. It's
Okay,
hot in
so
here.
we just did a whole video on stenciling and how to rock that out on fabric and wood. Number one thing I could tell people is get that brush pretty much dried out. Thank you, Les, for all of the public service announcements.
Yeah,
on that.
Les probably still gets an eye twitch when we stencil.
She's like, that's not dry enough. She's watching at home right now. She's like, you didn't get it dry enough.
All right, I've got my comments here. Let's see. Kim says no going to bed with makeup on. I know, I'm bad. It's horrible for my skin. The gal that does my facials like once every 3 months when I can actually get in there reminds me that often. Can you buy spools that big? This one we bought used, like from Facebook Marketplace.
They're usually industrial that are left over from like electrical projects or stuff like that.
Hold on, this side came off.
I know, I felt it slip.
Let me put more tape on. So let's see. Not too shabby, Patty said. It just looks like I have freckles. I don't think those are freckles. I think they're age spots from the sun, actually. Not positive. All right. A lot of people were really wanting Christmas stencils. So you know what I did today? I designed all my Christmas stencils and I submitted them to my manufacturer. So those are going to be coming out in the next few weeks to a month. Maybe not, hopefully not too long, because everybody says they want them. So, all right, let's see. Can you use dark and decrepit for a dining top? Yes. If I was using dark and decrepit for a dining top, I'd do at least 2 coats of water-based sealer over the top of it, even though it has a built-in one, just to give it a little bit more durability. Did I see the new Plant Bar AZ videos they did this week? I have not, but Sunday's my catch-up day, so I'll watch them. Amy says, I went to a local salvage place today that I've been to a dozen times and discovered they have a huge warehouse full of old chippy doors and windows. Everything vintage house treasures. Oh my. I love it. Carolyn says, I always leave my eye makeup on at night and wake up to not too scary. Well, the only reason I wake up with not black eyes is because I have eyelash extensions. When I used to wear mascara, I'd wake up with like these big black eyes.
You should either angle the camera down farther or scooch up so you're not like half in, half out.
Oh, fine.
It's just weird.
Okay. Well, so the stencil brushes are only going to be available either from me or through Paint Pixie. So if you want to wholesale the stencil brushes, you have to apply with Paint Pixie, which I would do now. So that way when they come out, you're ready to go. The spool is awesome. I really want one outside for my deck. That'd be cool. How can you lighten up dark and decrepit, or is that possible? If you water it down and make it thinner, I think that would lighten it up for sure. It is water-based, so you might be able to put some sort of water-based paint in it and see what happens. I don't know.
I've mixed it with the DIY paint with some beadboard.
And it lightened up?
It made it kind of a grayish color.
Oh, so there you go. You heard it from Zeb.
It was just like a little bit, not a lot.
This dollar store tape is not quality.
Well, and it's probably still a little damp.
Yeah, well, we did just dark and decrepit it.
So where the cracks are, they kind of indent down pretty far. So I'm not going to get too far down there, but I'm also not going to sweat that because it'll just look like old age, like it was supposed to be like that always.
Lisa, if white swan looks dirty after painting, is that bleed through? Yes, it should not look dirty. The piece I just finished the other day, if you guys saw where I left the drawers natural and the base white, had a ton of bleed through. I had to use a couple coats of shellac and then paint over it, and it was great. When will transfers be back in stock? A couple of transfers I hope will be back next week. I've been told they're being mailed to me. Okay, let's see. Morgan says I got my eyeliner tattooed on, so I'm always makeup ready. I don't know if I could stay still while they did that. I think I would.
I don't know that you could commit to a color that long.
No, I can't commit to anything that long. Let's see. I'm just making sure that I'm answering as many questions as possible. So the Hoosier, we are not going to paint it, so you will see it in the shop stained.
It's still clamped together at the house.
The reason why we're not painting the Hoosier is because we're going to have a ton of painted furniture, and I just want to add some wood tones to warm it up. Amy wants a spool for a vignette at Hair Store too. Amy, did you see Oliver and Rust vignette where they had stools? If you've looked on Pinterest, Oliver and Rust has good ones. That's where I saw this one. All right, let's see. Catherine Woods, we use the Purple Harbor Freight Sprayer. If you go to our playlist, we have a playlist for paint spraying, and if you do the description box, there's a link to that on there. Dina says it hurts a little bit afterwards. I bet.
We're almost getting to it, guys. We're almost there.
I said, how about 1917 on the other side?
Oh, that would be cool. We need a 1917 stencil. I think that's going in with the Christmas ones.
Well, I haven't submitted it yet, but I thought about getting this logo into a stencil. Okay, the Turner family says I have an old church pew. You guys can see the side of my sweaty head, sorry.
We'll turn around and look at them while you read.
I can't do both. Okay, she says I have an old church pew. But it's weird. I don't want to hold it. I have an old church pew that seat is splitting on. How would I fix that? Not sure if wood glue would work. Kind of a bigger split. So you're going to put wood glue in that split and then use a very large clamp to bring that together, and that will hold it. What are the clamps? Are they Bessie clamps, the big ones?
Yeah, they're big Bessie clamps. You also might want to reinforce that with a board underneath that you screw in, and then once the glue's dry, you can take the clamp off and it should stay. Just like a 3/4 inch common board pine underneath should be okay, and shouldn't be too obtrusive on the bottom side or the back side of the pew, depending on where the split's at.
Crescent Moon Cottage, boho and coastal stencils. Those are going to be at least a month because I got to spread out my stencil releases, but I have started working on them. I've actually been, Debbie Beard from DIY Paint has been sending me all kinds of stuff she wants me to make, so I'm getting on it for sure.
Here, you can go back around behind if you want.
The succulent stencils that we have with the macrame are kind of bohemian, so that's my allude to bohemian, but we're getting there.
All right, guys,
I'm gonna do some more Moroccan maybe. All right, we're gonna do the reveal.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tease you a little. Oh,
that turned out awesome.
I knew it would. I knew it.
Bring them close so they can see.
Oh yeah, we're coming
so
close.
This, I don't even remember what this one is called. It's probably the phosphoric acid one, or the American Agriculture Stencil. That's this one, and it's kind of industrial looking, which is what I designed it for. So that one turned out good.
So you can see where the cracks were. It's all right. Turned out great.
There's a little bit more of a like authentic vibe. Let's see if I have my numbers. I don't know where the bag went.
Are you gonna put like a 1917 on there somewhere?
I was going to.
It was on the top, but I don't think they got put together.
Well, close. I think they.
I couldn't handle the flashing on the mic or on the dishwasher anymore.
What happened?
Oh, the dishwasher was just flashing.
Yeah, I can't find him. We'll have to do it later. We could do Jami Ray Vintage on there somewhere.
Where do you want to do that?
Maybe on the top. Well, then we don't sell this one. We don't want to make them sad. They can't buy our logo. All right, I'll put it away.
We have a fly in here. He's getting me.
All right, I think that's it. Do you have any more questions?
I think they're just all commenting on the
old spool there.
the spool. Yeah.
I'm gonna try something real quick before we go. I'm gonna get the old white wax out and the clear wax.
Oh, are you gonna do like some white wax
I just
on
want to see
there?
if I can make it age it a little bit.
Kind of gray it up some.
Yeah, we'll just,
All right, guys, hang tight. We were gonna go, but now we're gonna do some white waxing.
Inspiration hit. All right.
And I'm gonna have to finish this mirror tonight, so I only make a mess once.
Can you give me a butter knife, sweetie?
Sure.
Thank you. We'll see if it looks good.
The screwdriver of the kitchen coming up.
This is my Lennox. I don't know if you guys know Lennox, but this is my Lennox silverware, and it's got like rust on it.
They say do the 1917 in black. I don't know if it would show up real good on the dark and decrepit. It is actually pretty dark.
Can you get that off?
Kathy Bornhoff, at the new house, we are doing, I have a knife right here. We are doing cement countertops, and we will be pouring those and showing all of the things. If we're successful, we'll turn it into a DIY. If we're not successful, we'll still show you doing it and what not to do.
Like our life.
All right, I'm gonna bring you guys in close so you can kind of watch what Jami's doing.
I don't know, it might not
She's
be good.
experimenting. Experimenting live. Oh, I like it. I think that looked good. Did you do any clear, or is that just straight up white?
It's straight up white, but I probably need
Don't just go in the cracks though. Like
I went in the middle.
it's like you tried to be me and you didn't go random. There you go. Get it.
Are you harassing me, Sam?
Just
feel
some
like you
light
might be.
teasing on a Saturday night.
I'm going back with clear wax behind it to smooth it out.
Well, and the Dark and Decrepit, like we mentioned earlier, has a sealer, so you don't really need to do this, but it's adding some awesome age to
Yeah,
that.
this is not to seal it. This is just to give it a fun.
No, I like it. I think that looks really good. Now it looks like it's been sitting outside for a few months, which is my secret to getting aged picture frame or sign frames. I just buy my cedar and leave it out in the yard in the sun and the rain for a couple months.
Well, more like you just don't get to the project.
Yeah, that too. And then I go back and use it. Once I finally get to using it, it's perfectly aged and gray.
Oh no, I like that. All right, I'll do that to the whole thing. Show them from me. Kind of a backup. So that.
You guys getting a good view on that? Oh, I'll try to be less shaky.
Oh, are they complaining about your shaky hand?
No, I just saw what I was doing to them.
Oh, I like it. There you go. So I'm gonna go ahead and white wax this whole piece. And I think we're done. We might go ahead and come back and do 1917 on maybe the back side before I wax it. And we'll get this ready for the shop. We got a new member, Jen W. So Zeb, our next new member video is coming up Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday, new, so...
Well, not new member, sorry, channel member video.
Yeah, if you're a channel member, make sure you're watching that community for posts. We'll announce the time on Tuesday. We've been going in the morning. We kind of have to, just the way our schedule is right now. So we might try mid-afternoon. We got a lot of people we don't normally catch mid-afternoon.
Jack's going to all-day kindergarten, so...
Welcome, Jen W. Make sure you're checking out all those community posts. That's where you get the links for the channel member videos and the printable and also the rough draft of our book. We've got 8 chapters now? Yeah, because we're on month 8. We started in January.
Hopefully by the end of the year we'll have a cohesive book and then we'll publish it, but so far I feel like we're kind of all over the place. We may have to like realign them.
Rearrange some chapters.
Rearrange
It'll get a good read through. I actually haven't read through all the chapters consecutively. We've just been writing them and putting them up and letting the channel members read them in their awesome rough draftness.
You guys, rough draftness, I'm pretty sure you made that word. All right, guys, be sure to go to JamiRayVintage.com for the paint and products that we use today. Make sure you look at that description box for the JRV stencil retailers. If you can't find a retailer, you can pick this stencil up at JamiRayVintage.com. We use Dark and Decrepit, clear, and white wax. I think that's it. That's my whole commercial.
All right.
Love you guys. Have a good weekend. Hit the like button, folks, because Kim said to. Bye.
We'll see you Monday.
See you Monday.